You know that one person who just seems to be at the center of everything? They've got all the news, they connect totally different groups of people, and you just know that without them, things would kind of fall apart? Well, there's actually a name for that. It's called social network analysis. And today, we're going to use it to uncover the hidden power structures in our own lives, all by telling the story of one very important person.
But before we dive into all the jargon, I want you to do something for me. Just take a second and picture your own world, your friends, your family, your coworkers. Now, who's the one person that really connects it all? I'm not talking about the loudest or most popular person, but the one who, if they just vanished, you'd feel the gap. You got someone in mind? Okay, good. Hang on to that thought.
All right, so how do we actually map this hidden world? Well, the main tool is called social network analysis, or SNA for short. Honestly, you can think of it like creating a GPS for your social life. It shows you all the highways, the side streets, and the back roads that information, influence, and yeah, even juicy gossip travels on to get from point A to point B.
And just like any map, this one has two really basic parts. First, you've got all the different locations. In our case, those are the people. We call them nodes. And then you have the roads that connect them. You know, the friendships, the text messages, the phone calls. We call those links. That's it. Nodes and links. They're the basic building blocks for any social network you can imagine.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Not all nodes are created equal. Some are just, destinations on the map. But others are the critical intersections. And we have a fancy name for these human hubs: Betweenness Centrality. It sounds super complicated, I know, but all it really means is that these people are the bridges. They're the ones who stand on the shortest path between two other people, which makes them the absolute most efficient way to get information to spread.
Okay, that's enough theory. Nodes, links, centrality, it's all a little abstract, right? So let's bring this whole idea down to earth with a story. A story about a big, sprawling, classic Indian family and its secret weapon.
I think you know exactly the person I'm talking about. In every big family, there's always that one person who's like the central command for all the news. They know who got a new job, who's getting engaged, who's in town visiting. They are the family's unofficial and completely unfiltered news channel.
And in this family, that central hub, that absolutely essential bridge, is Grandpa. He's more than just the head of the family. He's the switchboard operator for the entire network.
So, just picture it. You've got huge news. You just got engaged. What's the very first thing you do in the family protocol? You tell Grandpa. And what does he do? Well, he gets right on the phone, absolutely beaming with pride, and he calls his cousins, his old friends, everybody. And just like that, like wildfire, the news spreads through his network to every single corner of the family.
And this is the real key here. Grandpa isn't just a loudspeaker. He is the bridge. He connects the younger generation to the older one. He connects your side of the family to those distant cousins you only see once a year. Without him, a lot of these groups would barely even talk to each other. He's the glue holding all these different parts of the family together. And this right here, this is where the story and the science just click together perfectly. Our beloved Grandpa, he is the textbook definition of a high centrality node. All that family gossip flying around, that's just information flow. And all those different family branches he connects, in network science, we just call those clusters. See? It's the exact same social map, we're just using a different set of labels.
And that brings us to a super important point. And this quote just says it perfectly. He might not be the most connected person overall, but he's the most crucial link. Just think about that for a second. He doesn't need to know everybody. He just needs to know the right people to connect everybody else. It's about quality of connection, not quantity.
So, let's run a little thought experiment. What happens if you take that crucial link out of the picture? What happens if Grandpa decides to go on a month-long cruise with zero cell service? Suddenly, the network has this massive hole in it. So, what breaks? Well, the impact would be immediate. All of a sudden, different parts of the family become their own little islands. News from your cousins who live across the country, you probably don't hear about it. Your big promotion at work, your aunts might never find out. The family's entire information superhighway just slows to a crawl, or in some cases, it just breaks down completely. That shows you the incredible power of a single high-centrality node.
And once you start seeing this Grandpa node pattern, I promise you will see it everywhere. Think about social media influencers. They're the bridge between 1 million followers and a brand. Or that one key team lead at work who's the only one who can talk to both the engineers and the marketing folks.
online community moderators, the friend who introduced all your different friend groups to each other. They're all grandpa nodes, controlling the flow of information in their own worlds.
So here's the bottom line. If you really want to understand how any group works, whether it's a company, a community, or even an entire industry, you need to stop looking for the most popular person and start looking for the most crucial bridge. Find your grandpa node, because that person holds the key to how information really flows.
Which, of course, brings us right back to that person I asked you to think about at the beginning. Now you have a name for them. They're your grandpa node. So take another look at your own personal network. Who is it? And here's one final thought to leave you with. Are they using that power for good? And maybe, more importantly, could that person be you?